Hello everyone, this is Pamper Chew. Today I am going to pull out this garbage disposal. It works and everything, but it has a major leak. So this side of the cabinet here drains down into the garbage disposal, and the dishwasher is also connected to this right here. So when we were running the dishwasher, it was leaking quite bad. So this has not been installed to code. This is all wet here. So I think I'm just going to disconnect those two wires there, and then I can disconnect it from the top and take it apart and see what's wrong. I'm pretty sure it's just rusted through or something like that. Alright, so I got the garbage disposal down. You just rotate this collar here and it snaps right off. Disconnect it from that valve. Ugh, this thing is stinky. And there's the hose going to the washing machine. So right now I need to disconnect this power here and slide the thing apart because I have no wall plug on this unit. So this is going to be a live cable. It should be powered down because of the switch, but it's always just be safe if let's say the wires reverse somehow and this became hot. That water, even when the switch is off, you're still going to have power coming to it and you can get shocked. Well, I've done this. I've been shocked many times. I know what I'm doing. So this is just the way I'm doing it. If you aren't comfortable with handling electricity, have someone else do it for you, or shut the power off at the breaker. Okay, so I just capped off those two wires because those are connected to line voltage through that switch up there. Got this disconnected. Let's take this apart and see why it's leaking. Alright, so I got the unit out of the sink here. It goes underneath the sink. I took out the full four bolts and I was trying to get it to break apart at the seam, but it's really stuck, so I think it might be rusted shut. Alright, so I got this thing apart. It was just rusted shut. I just used a screwdriver and slowly worked around it until it popped off. The base, the stator comes off first, and then this piece also has to be pried apart. Here's the rotor for the motor, and then this is the garbage disposal mechanism thing. It's pretty poor condition. I can focus there. Something's gone the wrong way. There we go. You can see the rust on the blades or whatever. Oh, that's loose. I don't know if it's supposed to be loose like that, but anyway. Alright, so this is the bottom part of the garbage disposal. Now it's the top part. On the clean side, I looked around for any rust spots. Usually if there's rust, there's water, and if you see any rust spots, scraped it off the little spots with a screwdriver, and I found a bunch of little holes. There's one there. There's a big one there. And there's I think that's the biggest one right there. But yeah, there's 3 little holes, so that means it probably had been leaking for quite a while. So this can be fixed. I would use something like hot glued and fill in the cracks because that'll stick well to metal. Creates a good sealant. You could also use one of those 2-part compounds, 2-part epoxy, and just fill in those little holes. Since this still works, I think I'm gonna try and fix it, because it's just 3 or 4 little holes and everything else is in good condition, and I don't want to have to spend another $200. I couldn't find my hot glue gun, but I found this in the garage and it should work just fine. This is acrylic latex caulk plus silicone, and this is made for sealing water things. It's flexible, waterproof seal. This should work just fine. And it'll last 35 years. Alright, so let's see, I can get the lighting so I can get this on camera. So the cracks are in this inner edge here. Since there's already a few holes forming on the edge, I'm going to go ahead and just caulk the whole edge there, because I'm sure there's probably more that'll show up in the next few years. Nothing's breaking through. I just scraped it with a flathead screwdriver to see if there's any weak spots. But you can see even right there, some light's coming through. I'm just going to do a rough job and then smooth it out with my finger. Okay, where's the... Here. Oh. So once you put it in, just put your finger in there. Just so it gets a nice even finish. Getting all the extra out. I'll go ahead and run that one more time. So now that corner will be sealed up. And since this thing isn't spinning, I don't have to worry about balancing anything. What I also want to do while I'm working on this, see how the stuff came through on the other side? I'm going to go ahead and run a bead across that too. Okay. I wonder if it probably rusted in the corner first, because when you bend metal it probably makes it thinner right at the seam. That's probably why it rusted through at the edge first. So what I did is I just coated the outer edge, the top side also. Not really necessary, because this side should fill the holes just fine, but I'm planning ahead. I'm sure that it's going to rust through somewhere else, and this little barrier here will make a big difference. I don't know why they put steel inside of a garbage disposal. You should use a metal that won't rust. Stainless steel, maybe aluminum. While I have this out, I might as well clean the rest of it. So since this got a little bit rusty from the water leaking, I cleaned up the rust spots. I sprayed a little bit of WD-40 onto like a tissue paper and just wipe it off. And then the WD-40 acts as a water repellent. That's what it's made for. This is the bottom of the rotor housing, and you can see all the water damage down in the corners there. It must have been leaking for a while. That's a big motor. How big is that? 1/2 horsepower. And the horsepower is what, 1600 watts, somewhere around there? 6.9 amps at 120 volts. And what would I guess, 1600? And I'm going to put this back together now. I'm going to lubricate the bearings, and it should last another 5-10 years. I'm going to lubricate all the bearings with this stuff here. This is just sewing machine oil. Everything's working now. It's been in for about a month. No leaks. It's very quiet. It should last another 5-10 years. Check out our water faucet.